Hello and welcome to Crystal Clash. This is a free-to-play game that has just released on Steam, and if you'd like to check it out, there is a link in the description. This video is kindly sponsored by Catapult, and yeah, I actually really like these kinds of games. I know, it sounds like, really? You really like this? Yeah, I actually do. This goes all the way back to... I don't even know, 10 years ago, maybe longer actually, and I would be playing these kinds of games a huge amount, and I would just be having so much fun. Anyway, you may be thinking, okay, this is free to play. Is it pay to win? No. Okay, there you go, there's the answer. No, it's not pay to win. The only microtransactions that you're going to be seeing in this game are going to be cosmetics and skins. You can take a look at the shop right here and you can see exactly what's going on. So for example, here are all of the skins. There's a lot of different units that you're going to be able to purchase skins for. Look at this guy, for example, Mephistus, Lord of Hell. I would love to be able to have him. But obviously, he's quite expensive, isn't he? He's quite expensive. There's also icons here. By the way, these skins, they are all premium currency. So obviously crystals, they are, yeah, you can see here, you can buy crystals for real money in the shop. You can spend them to buy and unlock cards directly. So obviously there is a way to advance a little bit faster in the game, but there is no way to dramatically give yourself any kind of advantage. And otherwise, there's also premium, so if you want this, you can receive 150% increased credits and experience after each match, and so on and so forth. But there isn't anything that's going to give you that overall advantage. So otherwise, then you can also buy icons for your profile right here. My profile just has the, just has one of the default ones, but that's absolutely fine. Anyway, this has just come out, as I say, so there's only 87 players online. No doubt that is going to get much larger, and there is a deck builder as well. There are 5 different factions in the game. I personally love the diversity that you're going to be seeing here. So for example, if I select this, you can see exactly what we can do. So for example, you have the Forces of Light. So you have a number of units that are going to have very similar abilities, and they're all going to synergize with each other. Same thing with these guys. I actually don't know the names of them off by heart, but I have just unlocked this guy. And this guy is a part of the, I think it's like the Undead faction. I don't know the name of the Undead faction just yet, but I'm actually very much looking forward to unlocking more of that. So here you go. This is the play menu. This game is focused quite a bit on co-op. So if you have a friend that you can play together with in this game, then you are going to have a wonderful time. Obviously, you can also just join their Discord, and then you can find someone from there if you want to. Otherwise, there is a co-op challenge. So if you want to, you can indeed, instead of playing against other people, you can play against the AI. Same thing with the Golem challenge as well, but this is not co-op. That is by yourself. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you the tutorial to begin with, because I really just want to show you the basics here, because it is a pretty simple concept, but I would assume that everything is going to get much more complex as you progress in rank and as you decide to delve into the deck builder and change things. So your goal is to destroy the enemy base, of course it is. And the first step in every match is to build spawners. And these are all key bound as well, by the way. So you can basically select those with the number keys if you prefer, which I do. And then you're going to have these spawners, and they are going to produce units, and they are automatically... This is, you know, your standard sort of tug-of-war kind of game. And I can't actually remember off heart a bunch of the other games that I used to play many years ago that were similar to this, but... I don't know what it is, but I really enjoy these kinds of games. Okay, so we can summon some archers right here, and each summon is going to cost mana, which refills over time. And you can see here, these archers are absolutely murdering this golem, which is very nice to see. And we are now going to capture some towers when no enemy is nearby. So as you can see, there we go. And now we are also going to extend our summoning zone, so we can now summon a ballista, and the ballista is going to do an absolutely fantastic job of destroying this tower out of its range, no less, which is actually fantastic too, because that means that I don't have to worry about it in the least, and everything is going to be much easier for us to deal with. Alright, and we also have spells. Yes, you also have spells that you can indeed use against the opponent. As you can see, I have a hail of arrows right there, and I have no more mana. I have no more mana. That's so sad, isn't it? So yeah, spending mana generates essence. You have enough essence to build another spawner. So basically what you want to do, you're going to passively generate mana. When you spend that mana, you're going to gain essence, and then with that essence, you can build additional spawners. So there is a synergy there, and that is definitely you're definitely going to need to be a little bit more, shall we say, attentive. You're going to need to pay attention to these kinds of aspects of the game, because if you're not spending your mana and you're capping out on that, then you're thinking to yourself, okay, why do I have these few units and the enemy has so many? You know, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Anyway, so now we can move the camera by right mouse button. You can just hold right mouse button. Super smooth, super easy to move it, and we are now going to start summoning units. So I'm just going to summon a bunch. Let's get some arrows going off here. Let's get more ballistas. Let's get loads of ballistas and loads of archers, and then we can build another spawner. So to move back to your base, you can press space or you can press middle mouse button. I don't know whether you saw that on the tutorial screen right there, but yeah, super easy to do that. And I'm going to be summoning more of those guys. And we now have a hero unit as well. Yeah, this is my hero unit right here. As far as I'm aware, yes, his name is Lothar, Wall of Light. He is a legendary fellow, shall we say, and he has a number of other abilities that he can indeed use to help you to push to victory. And I'm basically just going to back him up with a whole bunch of ballistas and archers, and we're going to let him basically tank the enemy base. And you can see, look at how simple that was. Yeah, I mean, obviously it is the tutorial, so of course it is going to be simple, but you know, that is just something that I wanted to show you before we head into the actual game. So obviously, there are going to be daily quests in the game as well. So, for example, play your first match, and you can also add a card to a deck. That's obviously one of the dailies. And I have now just received some credits. Play a card to level 5, play a match in Golem Challenge. Okay, I think that's probably the best thing that we can do right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Golem Challenge right here. I obviously, unfortunately, do not have anything else apart from the Forces of Light, so we are just going to be playing with them. And you can decide on what kind of difficulty you want to select as well. I personally am playing on Stone, which is the the easiest difficulty, because I'm no doubt going to cry if I play on anything higher than that at the moment. So let's just try to be a little bit let's try and restrain ourselves for the moment. Okay, footmen, spawners, and archers. Okay, so we're gonna get two of these. We're going to get two of these, and we're just going to basically spawn those straight away, and then we're going to see what we can do. What is this? Stuns and blinds enemies up to 12 target units. That's actually fantastic. Let's shield our guys for a real quick second. Let's get some monks out there. Let's get some archers. And let's stun these guys. There we go. We're going to stun those guys. I kind of need some ballistas, don't I? Do I not have any ballistas? No, I just have monks. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what monks do, but you can see they have a wide variety of different abilities as well. So if you want to learn more about these, all you have to do is just mouse over them, and it's very easy to do that. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be able to create and indeed get our summoning zone extended just slightly. Very nice to see that. There we go. Okay, that's very cool. And then, yeah, these monks are absolutely amazing. They seem to do so much. They seem to be very, very tanky indeed, which I very much appreciate, because we are going to need them to be that. Thank you very much. Okay, let's spawn some footmen here as well. And we can get an archer spawner too. I think it's probably about time that we get an archer spawner, isn't it? Alright, so we are now in the middle of the map, and I'm going to continue spawning monks. We're going to actually stun a bunch of these guys so that we can potentially take out the tower, because obviously the tower is the main thing that's dealing damage to us right now. So I would like to try and prevent that from, you know, taking out our monk, and maybe we go. Yes, there we go. Our monk was actually able to do that. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, our spawners are doing absolutely fantastically. Let's get another monk. We need to capture this tower, please. There we go. And we are going to, 30 allied units in the target area, a shield block. Let's do that over here. There we go. They are going to be a little bit tougher to kill, but still very, very fragile, as you might expect. Footmen do not have very large amounts of HP or armor. As you can see, the monk is much, much more difficult to eliminate. So Let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to stun this. Oh, that tower is absolutely murdering us at the moment, but you can see here that the tower is actually almost out of ammunition. You can see that they're going to gain ammunition over time, but thankfully, because we are able to continue pushing units into its range... Oh. Never mind. Apparently, yes, apparently that didn't really work out too well. Monk, kill this. Kill this right here. Yeah, we're going to need to get some archers instead by the looks of things. I think archers probably going to be a little bit more useful because we want to eliminate this crystal shrine right there. That is the thing that is currently dealing massive damage to us. So it would be good if we could eliminate that. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so now let's stun those units just at the back there. Make sure that they're not going to be dealing any additional damage to us while we take out the tower. Gonna put a shield on ourselves as well. And I probably, you know what I probably need to do? I probably need to wait a little bit longer here just so that we can get some monks out. That's probably a better idea. I need 100 mana to be able to summon a monk, but I think they're worth it, to be honest, don't you think? I think they're worth it. I think they do so much to absorb damage. I mean, look at how good they are at absorbing damage. They're super, super nice. They don't die in one hit. They take a lot of punishment, and then we're going to be able to... hopefully send some more units over there in the meantime. Hopefully I can summon... Oh, the archers also take 100 mana. I had no idea. I actually thought they were a little bit cheaper because they're not... Well, they're not that hardy, but they do a lot of damage, as you can no doubt tell. They are dealing a lot of damage, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, let's get another monk. Let's summon that at the very front. And now we are able to summon a couple of other spawners right here, which is very nice to see. Let's get another one there. Alright, very nicely done, very nicely done. Okay, let's get another monk so that these archers might... Ah, no, never mind. Okay, that was a bit too slow for me. Oh well, we're fine though. It seems like we are probably going to achieve victory here, but that is not a given just yet. That is not a given, but we are doing some pretty decent damage. And, okay. So if you take more than 12, or shall we say, if you take more than 15 minutes, the timer expires and some massive Worldbreaker comes out of somewhere and completely murders you. So, yes, that's something to bear in mind. But there you go. We were able to achieve victory versus the stone... what was it? The stone difficulty, right? Yeah, the stone difficulty. All right, so now we get the opportunity to choose a new card. So this is obviously something that you can pick after every victory in the game. So I'm gonna probably, if there was an undead unit here, I'd probably choose the undead unit because I much prefer those in terms of their style. I like their aesthetic, but generally I'm gonna just pick one of these guys. And there you go, look at that. We're gaining some nice experience there as well. And you can see here how much you would have gotten with premium. I mean, to be fair, you know, that is their business model, and I completely respect that because, let's face it, game development takes money. It does. I know some people don't believe it, but it does indeed. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, there we go. We were able to complete our victory there. And look at this. We've unlocked something new. Okay, fantastic. We unlocked the Green Legion starter deck. Very nice. And now we can also get some additional units. Okay, I'm actually not entirely sure what these guys are for. Frostworm Spawner. I think I'm probably going to choose that. Thank you very much. And yeah, add a friend to your friend list, play a card to level 5, play a 2 versus 2 match with a friend, play your second match. Okay, I guess, you know what? I mean, I would love to be able to make a deck, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I mean, if you take a look at the Keeper of Nature right here, you can basically remove any of these cards that you want, and then you can put the ones that you do want, you know, in there, and you can remove the ones that you don't, obviously. So, in my opinion, that's pretty cool. And then you also have this. So now this is the card vendor. I'm actually not entirely sure how this works. Ah, I see. Okay. So basically you need to fulfill certain requirements, and then you're going to be able to unlock certain units. So for example, I very much like the Black Legion. These are the Undead faction, or at least they look like the Undead faction, as you can see, skeleton spawner and skeletons and so on and so forth. So generally what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to use certain abilities to be able to unlock these units and so on and so forth. That's how you're going to unlock units in this tree here, and it goes all the way up to the Soul Altar, which unlocks the card Tyrus, Lord of Souls. Yeah, that sounds very cool indeed. Alright, so I'm going to go back and we're going to be playing the Keepers of Nature this time around, and I'd like to play on bronze difficulty this time around. I think that's going to be super fun to find out what we can do against this guy. Now, obviously, bear in mind I have not played as the Keepers of Nature at all, and generally I am pretty new to the game, so I don't really know that much about the synergies and everything, but I'm sure we will pick it up as we go along. Alright, so rootling spawners and thistles. Okay, so these are basically the ranged attackers, and the rootlings are, yeah, okay, the rootlings are definitely what we're going to be going for here. There we go, that's looking pretty good to me, and then we're going to be getting a bunch of ranged units behind them, and I don't know what these guys are, but we're just going to summon a bunch of them too. What are these guys? Sapling bushes. Okay, I have no idea what these do, but apparently they summon 3 saplings. Saplings are tiny creatures with 2 health and are time limited. Once enchanted, they flourish. Okay, so if I enchant something, there we go, so they gain enchantment. So if I use giant growth right here, that is, aha, there we go. So I have now enchanted this little sapling right here, and it now has more HP and is no longer time limited. That's actually fantastic. I like the playstyle of this faction, I gotta say. I do like that quite a bit. Okay, let me see if I can summon some more. Can I summon more of these bushes? I can? Okay, I feel like these guys are a surefire favorite for me at the moment. I'm liking them quite a bit. Okay, we can get a thistle spawner as well now, so let's actually do that. There we go. Okay, oh, we're doing nicely. We are doing nicely already. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what's actually going on here? Ah, look at this. So there is a timer down in the bottom left. The stage increases after a fixed amount of time, giving you access to your more powerful summons and spells. And we're currently at level 1, so in 1 minute and 30, it is going to advance to level 2, no doubt. Alright, that's going to be pretty cool. Okay, let's summon some more of these bushes then. And let's get some more thistles while we can. You know, personally, I much prefer this kind of playstyle than how the White Legion was. I don't really like the way that their units work. And you know, no offense to the monks and everything, because I think the monks are really, really beefy and pretty cool to use. But I much prefer the swarm-based mechanics of the Green Legion at the moment. So I'm liking that. Not entirely sure how the Undead are going to work, or any of the other factions, of course, because we haven't tried those yet. But I would very much like to try and find out. Okay, let's spawn a couple more of these guys. Let's get some more of these thistles here as well. And these all cost 100 mana, by the way. So every single unit that you can summon seems to cost about the same. Which, if you think about it, is actually pretty cool in terms of a balance perspective. Because obviously, if you're thinking about playing this against other players, then balance is going to be a pretty significant thing that you have to worry about. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind. You know, balance is definitely going to be a very important thing. Alright, so we're just going to summon some more bushes here. Basically, I'm just going to try and make it so that we continue to push the bushes up, and they continue to spawn units so that we can... Oh dear, this is a little bit problematic. I'm going to have to root these guys. Oh no, my bushes are now getting murdered. That is not good. Okay, yeah, they just got literally murdered right there. Okay, yeah, the enemy is now pushing us back, which is actually not bad. And that's the reason why I decided to leave these bushes here. I don't even think I can remove them, to be honest, but still, it's good to just have them there in the meantime anyway. Okay, wait a minute. Do I want to get some more bushes here? I think I want to get some around here. Let's enchant that one, so it's a little bit tougher. Aha! Here we go. Now we can spawn another one of these guys. There we go. And let's do that right there. There we are, and then we'll go back. Okay, so let's I'm actually wondering what I want to do. Let's summon one of these, and then we're going to, well, rooting people, not really going to be that effective. Oh, they do it does do damage. It actually does do damage. I was unaware of that. Okay, look at that. There we go. We can keep them there. It obviously doesn't do that much damage, which is to be expected. Of course, it is more of a crowd control kind of ability, but it's nice to know that we have that functionality anyway. Okay, let's just enchant one of our forward units here so that they don't disappear after that period of time. And it looks like we're going to be destroying the next tower, which is very nice to see. Okay, what else do we have going on here? Granite Scouts, Stone Weavers, Whoa, that's a lot of enemies right there. Okay, that's actually kind of significant. We might have some problems. We might have some problems, he says. Yes, indeed, indeed. Okay, so what do we have going on here? Every time this timer expires, the golems send a big wave of units to overwhelm you. Be prepared. Oh, okay, 1 second until that happens. Fantastic. Of course that's going to happen to me. Yes, fantastic. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. Maybe we'll be able to fend them off. I'm basically just going to build up the amount of sapling bushes that we have in the back here, because you never know, maybe they're going to overwhelm us so dramatically that I'm going to need the extra reinforcements. And these sapling bushes are basically giving us free units. They're basically free, so I don't really need to worry about their cost or anything like that. That's the reason why I personally feel like these sapling bushes are super, super cool, because it means that I don't need to think about, well, I mean, they do eventually get destroyed. As you can see, after 90 seconds they will be destroyed, but they produce so many free units in that time that I really don't have a problem with that. Anyway, we have the ability to use Cataclysm now, as you can see, which annihilates all units and buildings in the target area, which is absolutely insane and very, very powerful indeed. But obviously I'm not going to be using that right now because I'm basically just going to be spending all my mana doing something else. And then we are going to use enchantment on that guy, and he's going to go in there and smack some people around. That's going to be something nice to see. And it looks as though this is another victory for us. I'm wondering when the AI is going to absolutely murder me. I wonder what difficulty level we need to get to for it to be able to do that. But I would assume it's going to be kind of soon, because I felt a little bit unsafe in this one. But maybe we'll unlock another deck, and maybe the deck will not be to my liking, shall we say. Maybe it will be somewhat difficult. Okay, there we go. 2 versus 2 match, and co-op challenge has now been unlocked, and we now have the ability to select more things. I'm going to go for a skeleton spawner, and the woodwalker spawner has now been unlocked. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so these guys also consume 4 energy to summon 2 saplings. Ooh, cool. Okay, that's nice to know. And what do we have here? Aha, we have another one of these guys, or actually not another one, but we have another Green Legion unit, and this can only fight targets at the same height, ground to ground or air to air. I actually wonder whether this can fly. It doesn't seem like it, but maybe there is an ability that provides them the ability to fly or something like that. Creates a domain that replenishes allied units' energy and gives them enchantment. That's actually super cool too. Alright, so there you go. We were able to achieve a victory there, and we are now level 2, I believe. Oh, look at that! Oh, fantastic. We unlocked the Undead. Oh, yeah, now I am very much liking that. Okay, so let me see. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to go over to... Yeah, so Northern Corruption is the deck, and we already have spawners here. Okay, so I don't even need to, customize these just yet. But you can basically go here. This is my deck at the moment, and you can take a look at all of their stats and everything. And generally, I wonder, can you actually change things around? Because I'm wondering whether you can do that. I don't think you can. I mean, maybe you can. I really don't know. I'm wondering whether you can mix and match, is what I'm trying to say. Because if you can mix and match, that might be kind of cool. Oh, look at that. You can literally... Wait a minute. You can sacrifice units? Yeah, look at that. You can sacrifice other cards to power up others. Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay, that is nice to know. Alright, well, let's try out Silver, shall we say. Let's try out Silver. We'll do Northern Corruption this time around, and we'll see what we can do. Now, this is gonna be pretty much even, I believe, because it's 100% the modifier. So I would assume that the modifier means that the enemy has 100%, well, 100% HP, which is the same as what we have, I guess, right? I mean, that should be about the same, I suppose. And we are now just going to get the These skeletons spawning. I have no idea how good these skeletons are, by the way. Oh, they seem pretty good. As long as this unit has energy, it's saved from dying once and fully healed instead. Once this effect triggers, it becomes immune to healing and dies after 15 seconds. Okay, that's actually insane. And look at this. It also deals 200% damage to frozen units and 150% units. Shall we say 150% damage to units affected by other status effects. That means that frost worms and things like that are going to be super powerful because when it dies, it causes a frost explosion. That is actually amazing. So I'm going to summon some more of these, and then we're going to get some frost worms to go in and hopefully die first, because then these skeletons can potentially do 200% additional damage. Oh, I'm actually not entirely sure whether that works. Doesn't seem like it. But you can cause frost yourself by freezing targets with frost shock. So that is also available. So that's good to know. Anyway, well, let's just spawn some more of these guys. Okay, yeah, you can quite easily tell this is much more difficult than the previous levels, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do right now. Let me see. Maybe we should go for Frenzy or something like that. Should I go for some more frost worms or something? I guess. I mean, look at how much damage these guys are doing. It's absolutely insane. Okay, there we go. There's frost shock. Freezes the target and lets it shoot ice shards. Okay, that didn't really help me, did it? No, that didn't really help me at all. And who is this guy? I have no idea what this guy does. A nearby allied soul gatherer can collect its soul and convert it into 1 energy. If there are no friendly soul gatherers nearby, an enemy soul gatherer can collect it. Whenever this unit gains 1 energy, its health is permanently increased by 15. Okay, that's kind of insane. So basically what we want to do is we want to make it so that that unit moves along at the same time as the others, I suppose. And how much does it cost? 100 mana. Okay, that's actually not even bad. Okay, skeletons, go! Why are you not murdering? Oh yes, you can't murder that, can you? So these are actually flying units, so it seems like my units cannot actually defeat the flying ones, by the looks of things. And that is the main reason why we are having difficulties. Alright, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna surrender this particular fight, because I don't think I can achieve victory here. It seems like my units are not able to actually shoot at the flying opponents. Maybe I'm getting that wrong, but generally I don't think they can. So let me see if I can do something about that. We've actually unlocked the Blue Legion starter deck now as well, hilariously enough. So maybe do we want to just try that? The Guardians of Space? Let's try out all the decks, shall we? Because who knows? I personally quite like the Black Legion deck, because I like the way that they work. They have a really nice synergy with frozen units and all that stuff, but unfortunately they just don't have anything that is anti-air, which is obviously a bit of a problem. I think these guys are going to be able to shoot. Yeah, I think they might be able to shoot. I mean, they seem to be primarily about shooting stuff, which I, appreciate quite a bit. So let me see if I can do something about that. All right, so we have relocate here. This is more of a teleport. Oh, that's amazing. Buildings are prioritized, healed, and replenished after reappearing based on their stage. Okay, that's actually insane. There's some very cool stuff going on here. Okay, let's build a Gatling gun right here, and let's build a couple of other units. I have no idea what I'm doing basically with these people, but oh, okay. So question. Apparently we cannot fire against the flying units. Apparently no one has any anti-air for some reason. Okay, we're going to need to do something about that. I'm very surprised that these units cannot shoot against air. I mean, they can quite easily... I mean, look at how much damage this guy does. He does so much damage. Look at that one unit. One Gatling drone was enough to eliminate 2 of them. And it seems like, yeah, we do not have the appropriate units to be able to fire against the flying ones by the looks of things. Okay. So what about these guys? Breaches? No, they're just hard hats. Okay, yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything against the flying units either. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to need to use Cataclysm, oh, I can't even use Cataclysm because we're not close enough. We're not close enough. Okay, so let's just eliminate these guys, and then maybe we'll have enough mana by the time our guys get there, because I'm not entirely sure what else to do, to be fair, because I will not have any anti-air whatsoever. No, it seems like I'm unable to do that as it is, because my units are just not capable of getting close enough. Maybe I can teleport my units, but even so, I mean, you can see here how difficult it is for us to even push further than this, especially with the enemy flying ones. Yeah, that is basically almost impossible. Wait, maybe I can, yeah, I can just murder all of them. There we go. So I just murdered all of them for all of my mana, but that's basically it. That's basically all I can do. All right, we're gonna have to surrender here again, but that's actually okay, because I think we might be able to unlock the last deck. I think me just entering and exiting the level gives me the newest deck. There you go, Crystal Legion starter deck. Okay, fantastic. So now we have the crystal people. I'm actually wondering whether they are the ones that we've been fighting against, but hilariously enough, the AI is providing a huge challenge at this point, because we just don't have any units that can fight against flying. So hopefully we're going to be able to have something with these guys, and then we'll be able to push forward and make our presence known. At least I will very much hope for that. Okay, I have no idea about any of these, but we're gonna just... It seems like they're the same, right? It seems like they're the same as what we're currently fighting against. So I'm just going to summon a bunch of, well, random units here, and we're going to see what happens. Yeah, they are indeed the same units, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure if... Oh, yeah, we can actually shoot against the flying units. Fantastic. Okay, it's hilarious that the crystal units are actually super effective against the crystal units. That's really, really amusing to me. Anyway, let's summon some of these shrines here, because they actually despawn after 60 seconds, but they are really good emplacements to have. Doubles your income for the next 30 seconds. Afterwards, you don't get any income for 30 seconds. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's summon some more of these guys, and we'll summon some more of the infantry as well to just go along with them. You can see here, we basically just want to send these guys in just to murder the tower. And there we go. Yeah, we are now rolling. This is good. This is very, very nice indeed. I'm liking this. Okay, so what do these guys actually do? Because as far as I can tell, they are basically just defensive emplacements. I believe that is all they do, which is, well, actually kind of useful. But unfortunately, my units are now taking some pretty significant losses, so I'm going to have to spawn some more to get rid of the enemy's advance into this area. I like the display, by the way, on these shrines and the various other buildings that are going to expire relatively soon, because you can see here there's that little ring that is depleting over time, and that obviously makes a difference to, you know, just a visual acuity, basically. Just having the accuracy and knowing, oh yeah, I'm going to lose this building after X amount of time, and having that information at hand at a glance is very, very handy. I like that quite a bit. Alright, so we're going to have to spawn a couple more of these ranged units to deal with the enemy's flying ones, and then hopefully we will be able to capture this tower. I'm actually thinking of using Echoes of the Future right now. I'm going to use... Wait a minute, can I use that right here? How do I actually use this? Okay. I just used it. Ah, there we go. We're gaining more mana as a result of that. Okay, we're gaining more mana. So I should probably spend it, shouldn't I? Yes, I should probably spend it, because we are going to be, well, not wanting to cap out pretty badly, are we? No, we don't want to cap out at all. Thank you very much. And the enemy is absolutely murdering us right now, as you can quite clearly tell. Yeah, we're going to need so much more essence to be able to construct these, by the looks of things, and the cooldown of these things is absolutely insane. But it seems like my forces are actually not doing too badly. They seem to be doing quite well, and, well, I can only hope that we are now... Yes, towers are now gaining strength. That's not particularly good. I wonder whether these guys... Oh, the shrines actually shoot flying units. That's fantastic. That's really, really good. How long does this take to actually come back? We have so... I mean, like, look at that. We have so much essence right now that it kind of kind of makes me think, hey, can this come back a bit faster, please? I would very much appreciate that. There we go. Just summon more of these guys. Oh, wow. That's a lot of enemy units right there. But the best thing we can do, pretty much, is literally just to continue what we've been doing. Just continue building stuff, and then eventually we are going to have the ability to construct additional buildings. And you can see, you generate more mana once you've spent enough resources to fill the bar. Oh, okay, so we just need to spend some more essence relatively soon, and then we'll be fine. Okay, so let's just build more of these shrines at the moment. And I think we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be in trouble right here. Let's spawn some people on them, and hopefully just thin them out a little bit. And I'm gonna spawn some people around the side here. Oh, I actually don't have enough mana for all of that, but yes, I would like to spawn some more of these guys to hopefully deal with the enemy units coming in here. This is gonna be problematic. This is gonna be very, very bad. Okay, my Nexus is now under attack, but it is capable of destroying every single one of these units in one hit, which I gotta say is nice to see. But bear in mind, it has very limited ammunition, as you can no doubt tell. It has a very, very low amount of offensive capability. Can we actually start taking this tower now? I would very much appreciate that, to be honest. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay. Can we spawn another shrine here? I mean, maybe I should have spawned some more Stoneweavers, to be honest. That might have made more sense. Let's spawn some now so that we can continue to move on. You know what I'm going to need to do? I will probably need to wait until all of my cooldowns are back, and then we're just going to have to go for it and spawn every single one of the units that I have available here, because it doesn't seem as though I'm going to be able to achieve victory if I do it in dribs and drabs, if you know what I mean. You know, I can't just randomly do it. Seems like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, I'm just gonna let these spawners do their thing, because we obviously have spawners available right now. And we're gonna spawn some more crystal shrines while I have the ability to do so, because we really do want them to absorb as much damage as possible. Now I'm gonna spawn some of these guys to hopefully assist with some of the attacks that are currently going on here. Oh, I think we're done, you know? I think we've actually lost this. I don't think we have the ability to win now. I mean, these guys right here are absolutely going to murder us in almost every way. I'm going to spawn a shrine over there to hopefully distract this Crystal Enforcer. Look at the artillery. It's literally using artillery against us right now. That is not very nice, gotta say. Okay, I'm going to need Cataclysm, to be honest, but this is going to take way too long to build up my mana. I don't think I'm going to have enough to be able to use it, but maybe I have to, you know? Maybe I literally have to wait, but I don't think I'm going to have the ability to do so. No, I think that is indeed a victory for the AI, which I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised. This is basically, well, I would say normal difficulty. I would say it's probably normal difficulty because it's plus 100%, right? Or does that mean that it's 100% more difficult? I'm actually not entirely sure, but there you go. Okay, so we've now unlocked this. You can now get it with some, oh, that's the Crystal Enforcer spawner. Oh, that's actually really useful. Yeah, so basically what you can do is you can now go to the card vendor. I don't really care about that much, to be honest. I don't really like the Crystal Legion, if I am honest. I would much prefer to, you know, expand someone else's, like for example, the Green Legion. I personally think that they're much more fun to use. But that is obviously personal preference. I actually don't know what we want to go for, though. I mean, can these guys shoot at flying? I mean, I would assume they can shoot at flying, right? I would assume so. So let me actually just go over to the Keepers of Nature for a real quick second. Alright, so can I put anything else in here? There is the ability to put something else in here. Okay, apparently I did something. Open the tab card vendor. Oh, okay, well, thanks. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Yes, very, very easy to do. Okay, so let me actually just have a look at some of the green cards that I have available to me right here. I don't actually have anything, or very, very few things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the card vendor and we're going to buy... Can I buy another one of these? I can buy another thistle spawner. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So look, get a new card from the card vendor. And then bear in mind, this is all in the game currency. This is not premium currency. I have 80 of the premium currency, as you can see right there. So that is, you know, completely free, basically, just by playing the game. And now we're going to go to the deck builder, and there is definitely something that I want to do. So I want to change... I want to put this thistle spawner in there. There we go. That was a free space. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to try playing with Keepers of Nature against the Silver AI, and we're going to see whether I can achieve victory, because we've been having some difficulties with this guy. So let's see, because this is my favorite deck. I have an additional spawner that I've just unlocked, and I should have a much better time of achieving victory. But that is obviously very much dependent on a few things. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work, but we'll try. We'll try, eh? I mean, bear in mind, these thistles are really, really weak, so it's highly unlikely that we're going to be able to do anything with them, but we'll try. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to enchant these guys. I mean, you can see the thistles are actually dealing some pretty... Actually, some pretty bad damage. Oh no, some pretty bad damage against the flying units, to be honest. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, this might go badly. This might go very badly indeed. I mean, you can see here the enemy is not even bothering to come over here at the moment. I'm basically just going to wait until my mana has increased a little bit, and then we're going to go once again. Okay, I'm going to just spawn a couple of these guys because we're going to spawn some of these free units, and personally I think we kind of need to do that. Okay, we've got some thistles. Let's spawn some more thistles, try and help them out. I mean, these thistles actually have some pretty significant cleave damage, if you know what I mean by that. It basically means that these guys are able to kill many units, but they kill them all at the same time, basically. So they're not very good in single target situations, which is obviously not great, but you know, we try our best, eh? We try our best. Okay, so who's that? That's a granite bouncer. Okay, that might be a bit problematic for us, but we're gonna just build more of these sapling bushes right here. I'm actually gonna root some of these guys. There you go. We're gonna root some of those guys so that they don't actually come across too quickly. Gonna spawn some more thistles here as well. Obviously, this is not really going to achieve much for us, unfortunately, but we are delaying the opponent, and that's kind of half of the battle, I'd say, because if you take into account the fact that we are indeed getting a little bit stronger as time goes on, because we are indeed able to spawn more and more units over time, that is of course going to make a pretty big difference. Maybe, you know what I should have done? I should have actually made it so that these sapling bushes were right next to each other. So instead of building sapling bushes ahead, closer to the opponent, I should have made it so that they were right back here next to our base, because having more of these units over time, that would have made all the difference, in my opinion. I think that would have really, really helped. So we're just going to spawn some more thistles right here, and I'm going to see what else is happening over in this direction. I'm going to root these guys. Let's buff one of those guys up so that he doesn't die almost instantly. And look! We have a bit of a critical mass situation going on here. This is nice. Look at the amount of thistles we have. We're going to be able to kill that bouncer now, hopefully. Yes, it looks as though we will be able to do that. And we're going to be spawning some more of these sapling bushes so we can get some more smallish units to just absorb some of the damage. That's basically all we need them to do. Just absorb a little bit of the damage. Not a massive amount, but just a little bit. That's going to make all the difference. Look at this. Look at this. We're actually doing fantastically now. This is going much better than I anticipated. But obviously, this is my favorite deck with the limited amount that I've played so far. And personally, I mean, you can kind of see why, right? You can see why I really like this deck, because it just has, well, it has everything that I really like about these kinds of games. You know, it has the ability to swarm enemies, it has the ability to attack air, and generally it's just, well, it's just fun to use, you know? It's just fun to use, and I like that. Alright, let's get one of these guys spawned in here as well to try and tank a little bit. And, okay, yeah, we might be having some issues now, but look, we're actually achieving something here. We are actually pushing them back. Kind of. Kind of? Yeah? Yeah. Look at that, look at that. We're actually pushing them back. This is fantastic. Let's enchant that guy. Okay, this is looking really good. This is looking really, really good. I'm actually not entirely sure. Let's just put that there, I guess. I mean, I'm not entirely sure whether the placement makes any difference, but yeah, we're just going to spawn more of these sapling bushes right here. We're just going to continue the push. That is the thing that we really, really want to do. Okay, so destroy the crystal towers of the golems to prevent the granite Worldbreaker from awakening and to gain more time. Okay, so we're going to need to destroy another one of their towers, which is obviously over there. Let's spawn some more of these guys, and let's root those other fellows while we have the ability to do so. Okay, I'm going to spawn one of these so he can absorb a little bit of damage while the thistles are doing massive, massive cleave damage with their little needles that they're firing at the opponent. And I would like to get some more sapling bushes up and running. I'm probably going to put them around about here. I don't want them to be too close to the enemy. And let's build some of these guys. There we go. Ah, look at that. We're moving. We're moving closer. This is nice. This is very nice indeed. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Let's build these right behind the temporary units. I mean, this is my whole point. These units right here, these saplings, they have 2 HP, okay? They have 2 HP, which is absolutely awful. I mean, if you think about it, that is really, really bad. But I don't need them to have anything more than that. I don't need them to have amazing amounts of HP. I just need them to be able to absorb one shot and one hit from any unit. And that is going to make all the difference in the world. And let's just upgrade this guy. Look at the sampling. Now it has 200 HP instead of 2 HP. Yeah, that is really, really nice to see. Okay. Let's just spawn some of these more thistles, thank you very much. And now we have another one of these guys. There we go. Let's place another spawner right there. We're now starting to get a little bit outnumbered, which is not very nice. I'm going to spawn another one of these guys while we can. And more sapling bushes, please. And do we have any more ground units coming? Yeah, we do, kind of. I'm going to use the roots on them in the back. Sapling bushes, I need you to spawn, please. I need you to spawn some more people, please. Because then I can enchant you. There we go. Okay, let's get some more saplings while we can. My tower is obviously kind of okay. You know, I think the best way I could have done this, or should we say a better way I could have done this, was either to have more of these rootlings, because they are actually pretty strong. I mean, you've seen them. They're pretty hardy and difficult to kill. So either having more of these guys or having more thistles and just doubling down on how many thistles I have, because I could basically spawn 3 of these at a time, 3 groups of these at a time, and that would be insane. That would be so much damage, right? Wouldn't that be so much damage? I feel like that would be so much damage. Okay, let's spawn some more of these thistles while we can, and then we're going to get some more of these. There we go. And we've got some more saplings coming in. Let's enchant that one. I really do need Cataclysm, actually, so I'm... Oh no, I really need Cataclysm right now, if at all possible. That would be amazing. I don't know whether I'm going to have enough time to be able to wait. I think I might, actually. I think I might. I mean, they're going to take this tower, but I will be able to then use Cataclysm against them. There we go, boom. Let's just wait until the extra wave comes in, and boom! Can I... Oh, I can't use that! No, I can't use that right there. Oh no, that... Oh, I was literally thinking to myself, yes, I could definitely use that right now, but no. I'm gonna need to wait until they get over here. Boom. Alright. There you go, they're all dead, but that was a pretty large wave, and I think that was kind of necessary, to be honest. I think we really did need to do something like that. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, if I could speak, yes. Indeed. Alright, here we go. More sapling bushes, and let's make a push once again. Bear in mind that the more that we progress, the more that I have the ability to spawn additional units. You can see I'm gaining more mana every single time that we advance our essence, and I am now able to build more spawners as a result. Okay, let's spawn some more of these. Let's actually use roots on those guys. Do we have some more? Oh no, we don't have some more of those guys. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. I would have liked more sapling bushes, but I think I placed them way too close. That was probably the issue right there. Whoa, these rootlings are fantastic, actually. I didn't realize how good they were. Huh. Probably should have done something about that, but look at this. Now we're making a push, you see? Now we are making a push back against the opponent. And I have nothing to spend mana on, which is actually great. Because if I have nothing to spend mana on, that means I might have enough for Cataclysm once again. And that's going to make everything much, much easier for us in the end. So I'm actually just going to use roots against these guys so that they don't join the fight too early. And we're going to spawn another rootling right there. We're going to get another massive wave relatively soon too, which is obviously not great. But we should be able to deal some pretty nice damage while we have the ability to do so here. Let's get another rootling over there, and let's enchant this guy. There we go. Nice. Look, we might be able to get another tower, and that's going to increase the time that it takes for the Granite Worldbreaker to spawn, which is obviously going to make a pretty huge difference to our chances of victory. Now a big wave is incoming. Let's spawn some more thistles while we have the ability to do so. Let's get some rooting going on there as well. Kind of wish that the roots, or shall we say the thistles, had longer range than the enemy units, because then they would be able to, well, murder them while they're rooted, but obviously that is imbalanced. Yes, of course, it's imbalanced. Okay, so let me place another couple of these little sapling bushes down here. Let's enchant that guy. And we're doing pretty nicely in terms of our mana regeneration as well. And look at this, we're actually winning. We're actually winning this fight in the center here. I'm kind of surprised about that, to be fair. I really didn't expect us to be able to really win a 1 versus 1 fight with equal forces. But I suppose all of my thistles and all of my AoE damage is actually making a pretty significant difference to how effective those things are. Gonna root some of these big golems, and then we're gonna spawn some more of these while I have the ability to do so. Let's spawn some more of these as well, and look at that, we captured the middle tower. That's fantastic. That means I'm going to now be able to spawn more bushes ahead of the rest, and I'm going to be able to enchant some of them as well. I kind of wish this was a little bit better in terms of it actually providing enchantment to multiple units, but I am asking for overpowered mechanics now, which is obviously not exactly what the game is all about. It is all about, you know, attempting to balance between all of the different factions. And I'm just like, oh yes, please make my faction, my favorite faction, please make that one the most powerful. You know me, yeah. Generally, I just like to have fun, you know. I just like to have fun. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to root these guys. Yes, seems like we are pretty good. Seems like we're looking pretty nice right now. Big wave is incoming, but we are spawning so many thistles right now, and we have so much additional power that really the enemy doesn't have much to do. I think they're not really going to have the ability to do much. Oh, look at that. You can actually enchant the thistles too? I had no idea. It regenerates 2% maximum health per second, and its permanent effect is maximum health is increased by 160. Wow. Okay, so literally, if I were to spawn a rootling and then use enchantment on that thing, that would be insanity. That would be some crazy HP gains right there. That probably would have been something to use earlier on. I obviously was unaware of that fact because I am very much an amateur when it comes to playing this game, but now that I know it, that means I might be able to use it in the next match against the harder AI. But look at that, we actually achieved victory. Wow. After a little bit of a setback, we were able to fight back, and now we have unlocked daily and weekly quests. Yes, very nice indeed. Okay, I'm actually gonna get thistles. Heart of the Forest, what is this? It's a pacifist, it will not attack. However, it consumes 3 energy to enchant a nearby allied unit. Permanent effect, target's health is increased by 40 and its attack damage by 8. 5 for units with surefire. That's actually insane. If you think about that, that is actually insane. So that's a buff unit that you can basically place wherever you want, and then units that run by it will gain an enchant. I think that is amazing. I'm actually going to go and try and unlock that right now. I'm going to unlock that straight away. I think that that's a super amazing card. And now we have the ability to choose something new. I don't really care about any of these other cards, to be honest, because I'm only looking for green ones. So technically what I could do is I could sacrifice some of these other cards if I'm not bothered about them so much, and I could sacrifice some of those cards to then potentially, you know, power up my green cards if I wanted to do that, which might actually make sense. So we'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so did I not unlock this? I think I did unlock that, didn't I? Or did I not? I thought I did. Did I not unlock that? I thought I unlocked that. Or maybe I just bought one. Oh yes, yeah, this is actually the card. Okay, never mind. I am thinking that this is like a research tree, and that when I unlock it, it basically unlocks it for everything, but you can buy additional ones, you know what I mean? So as you can see, I have one copy of that particular card here. So that's actually nice to know. Okay, so let's take a look at this again. Target's health is increased by 40. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to... I kind of want to buff my thistles super hard, so I'm actually going to do something like this. And then what we're going to do... I don't know whether the roots are actually important. Are the roots actually important? I don't think so, right? So I'm actually going to take the roots away, and we're then going to use one of these. You know what? I'm going to go full out on the Heart of the Forest thing. I'm actually going to buy another one. Oh yeah, I'm going super hard on this thing. And now what we're going to do, sapling bushes, we're not going to take the sapling bush for now, when we're just going to build another one of these guys. Okay, so let's see how that goes. This is going to be really, you know what? This is going to be disastrous. What do you bet? What do you bet this is going to be the worst possible thing that we could do? Okay, so I'm going to go for gold. The highest card in your deck defines the tier you're playing in for PvP. Oh, okay, so I would be playing in bronze if I was to play PvP right now, but I'm gonna play against a gold AI. Okay, this is not a good idea. I would not recommend doing this, but let's try it. I am looking forward to this like no one's business, because as I say, I very much enjoy these games, and for this to be free to play and for me to be able to just jump in and play it straight away without any thought, basically, you know, I don't have to think about, oh, you know, I need to buy this and so on, and you know, I don't need to do that. Okay, so wait a minute. Gonna spawn some of these guys. 2 of these rootlings, very powerful, and we're gonna spawn these fellows right here, and then thistles. Oh, I need an what? Oh, they actually move? Oh, I had no idea that they actually moved. I am kind of an imbecile. Okay, yeah. That is a bit of an issue. Okay, I was unaware that they moved. I thought they were buildings. Can you enchant? Yes, thank you very much. Okay, that did not work. Right, okay, can I, I'm gonna restart, okay, because I was actually unaware that that was the case. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna change things around a little bit. So I'm not gonna use as many thistles, but I'm gonna use, let me see here, deck builder. Okay, I'm gonna use, can I buy more rootlings? I mean, I don't have enough gold to be able to do that, I doubt. So let me just do this. Actually, you know what? Let's try something else, okay? Let's try something else. I am going to try, if I can. We do have more rootlings, actually. Oh, that's kind of important. Okay, yeah. So let's do this. So I'm not going to have any... No, that's so stupid, isn't it? That is so incredibly stupid. We need thistles because they are anti-air. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this instead, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 thistles, 2 sapling bushes, and then these pacifist units. I have no idea whether this is actually going to work. Probably not, let's face it. But I am very interested in trying and seeing what happens. So this is the gold enemy, of course. This is basically the, is this like the second hardest? I think this is the second hardest, so this is probably going to be working out very well indeed. Okay, so let's just spawn some of these guys, and then we're going to get the sapling bushes out almost immediately to assist the rootlings. Let's do that, there we go, and then we're going to get some thistles to back those guys up. Can we get some more thistles out real quick? Yes, we can. There we go. We'll get more thistles out real fast. Try and eliminate these golems. As you could no doubt tell, in the previous match, it was quite, I don't want to say touch and go, but it was, well, kind of touch and go. We needed to be a little bit more persistent, if you know what I mean. So being persistent definitely made a pretty huge difference. Unfortunately, oh, they actually moved closer. Oh, okay, I see. I see how it is. Oh yes, I see how it is. You absolute scoundrels. Okay, so let's just move these guys right here, and then we'll just spawn one of these fellows, and hopefully they are, yeah, look at that. They're going to enchant that. Now, the enchantment is not going to do much. It's only going to give them 92 HP, which is obviously not great, but you can see here that they're actually going to move towards these units. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough units to be able to deal with these guys. So I'm basically just going to have to wait and see what happens, pretty much. So let's just continue to spawn people as much as we possibly can, because the more that you do that, the more essence you're going to be able to gain, which is obviously what the primary, you know, the primary reason for summoning units is even. Okay, so let me actually just have a look here. I'm going to use enchantment on one of these saplings here so that it's a little bit more powerful. I say a little bit more powerful and then it dies instantly. Yes, how fantastic. Okay, so let's spawn another one of these sapling bushes right here. Okay. I think we might be okay if we can stabilize from this point. Oh dear. Yes, if we can stabilize, he says, as he gets mercilessly attacked. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. If we can continue to make sure that our Nexus doesn't take any unnecessary damage, and that our thistles, oh, look at how much damage our thistles are capable of doing, actually. They're really, really powerful. If they get the opportunity, they can really chunk people, which is really, really nice. And my rootlings are actually doing some nice damage too. So I'm liking that. I'm gonna go for some more thistles, I guess. We need those to eliminate the enemies in the air. Let's spawn some of these enchanting units now as well. I think the main thing that I have to realize with the enchanting units is that they are primarily support. They are not meant to go in the first initial wave of attack. That is just never going to work, because those guys are literally just going to get murdered almost instantaneously, because the AI is obviously going to just murder them super fast. There's really not much I can do about that. So I'm going to need to be a little bit more aware of that when we actually begin attacking properly here. But I'm basically just going to try and summon as many units as I can possibly handle, and then go from there, to be honest, because the more units I can eliminate, the better. And that goes both ways. I'm talking about, that goes, both ways for myself and for the enemy units as well. But look at how much damage my rootling is actually doing. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much damage in terms of like AoE or anything like that, but it is doing some pretty nice work whenever it gets in there. Spawn some more of these thistle guys. Do I have enough? Yeah, I do have enough to do Cataclysm, but I'm going to need 400 mana for that, which is absolutely impossible in my opinion. So I'm gonna just spawn more of these guys for the moment, basically just to try and distract the enemy as much as possible, and just to try and give my Nexus enough time to eliminate the opponents as they come in. That is pretty much all I can really do. Let's enchant this guy to maybe make him a little bit harder to kill. Should have probably done that on the rootling, but I was unaware that he was going to spawn. So there's also that. Okay, let's spawn some of these support units while we can, and let's get another rootling up there. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, this is what, oh yeah, I like this, look at this. These support units coming in here, providing that extra HP and the extra damage as well, that is actually making a pretty significant difference. Okay, let's get some thistles up. Let's get some thistles up. Let's make a nice, decent push here while we can. And bear in mind that these guys actually are not pushovers. The Hearts of the Forest actually do have 100 HP, if you think about it. So 100 HP is nothing to sniff at whatsoever. 100 HP can take a number of hits, which is very nice to know. Let's just continue spawning these guys. And then we can spawn some more of the thistles as well, get some more spawners up, and let's get some more of these enchanting guys. Basically, I just want a mix of everything pretty much. That's kind of the reason why I was thinking maybe I should just replace the sapling bushes with rootlings, because I'm thinking maybe rootlings are more useful, but then I thought about the synergy between enchanting units and the saplings, because if you look at that enchanting unit right there, it basically just turned one of the saplings into a permanent unit, which is actually kind of useful, I would say, because otherwise they're going to die in 17 seconds, which obviously is going to happen anyway because they are incredibly fragile, but still, you know what I mean? It kind of makes the, maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Okay, well, whatever the case, I think I will probably allow this tower to go down, and we're gonna wait for this wave to come in, and I'm basically just gonna get maximum mana and then just use Cataclysm, because I think that was basically the turning point of the AI's attack. Can I do it right here? Yes, I can. I can do it right here. So let's just wait until these guys come in. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait until all of them come in, actually. There are so many of them, actually, so let me see. There we go. Boom, there we are. Fantastic. Now we have another spawner as well, so I'm going to place another one there. We can enchant the one in the back, so that's going to do even more damage, and it's going to have 187 HP instead of 55, which is amazing. And then we're just going to wait for a little bit of mana right here. And then I'm just going to continue spawning thistles. That's pretty much all I want to do right now. Just continue spawning thistles, make sure that they continue to clear out the flying units, and then we're going to spawn some sapling bushes. I want to try and spawn units twice. So every single time I have the ability to do so, I'm going to try and double spawn every single unit that I can, because if I can do that, that's going to provide so much more security to the units that spawn in with it. So for example, me spawning 2 thistles, 2 packs of thistles, shall we say, is so much better than spawning just 1. I mean, obviously that is, that's kind of obvious for me to say, but, you know, it kind of gives them so much more power to have additional units to work with. You know, it really does make a big difference. Okay, so the enemy is now coming in with a very large army once again, which is actually not even bad, because I'm actually going to make a bit of a stand here. I'm going to just spawn more of these guys, more of these little saplings, just to kind of waste the enemy's time a little bit and give myself a little bit more time to regenerate my mana, because these guys might actually warrant using Cataclysm. I'm not entirely sure about that just yet, but we are getting more rootlings coming in here, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to enchant one of them. Let's get some enchantment units at the back here as well. I mean, look at this. They haven't actually destroyed this just yet. We might be able to do something here. They have destroyed it now, though, unfortunately. So, maybe I acted a bit too slowly. Did I act a bit too slowly? Yes, probably, eh? Yes. Oh well, never mind, never mind. I think we should be okay. I mean, obviously, if I can use Cataclysm, then everything's going to be fine. But, kind of wondering... Yeah, I think we should be fine. I think we should be able to do that. Alright, I have enough. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to just wait... I really need to wait an uncomfortable amount of time for the enemy to come in here. This is not good. Me waiting this long is not... I mean, really? Can I not use this just yet? What, can I only use it once? Are you serious? Okay, apparently I can only use it once in the match. Is that true? If I can only use it once in the match, I had no idea, and I am an absolute imbecile, and now we are going to pay for my negligence. I had no idea that you could only use it once. Ah, there we go. Ah, okay, my bad. Didn't read the fine print, as you can see. Yes, divine cards can only be cast once each match, and you can only have one of them in your deck. Moreover, they cost always the maximum mana of the current stage and use up all charges, which won't recharge. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, that was my mistake. Absolutely my mistake. I did not read that. Okay, yeah, that's really bad of me, but that's fine because we're making a massive pushback now, which is actually fantastic. And we might be able to make something of this. Okay, wait a minute. Let's enchant one of these guys. Let's get some more enchanting units up and running. While I can, let's get another thistle spawner. There we are. Okay, yeah, we're actually pushing back really nicely right now. And it seems like that Cataclysm use was quite good, but we are now receiving another massive wave of enemies coming in here. Okay, I'm gonna have to spawn some more thistles real fast. We really need to get them to the front lines. Make sure to enchant those rootlings as they go in, and let's try and get some more spawned here as well. Let's get another enchanter unit up and running too. I'm actually wondering how effective are these enchanter units, because for me specifically, I kind of think they're really good. I mean, they take what, 3 seconds? Do they? How long do they actually take to get these enchants up and running? I have no idea. How long do they actually take? Because it seems like it takes them, what, 5 seconds or so to get them going? And I think that's actually kind of good. I mean, a little bit of damage to every single unit over time is definitely going to make more of a difference than you would imagine. I think, at least. But maybe not. I mean, maybe I'm being an absolute idiot here. I don't actually know. Okay, let's spawn another one of those guys. There we go. Okay, I think we're pretty good now. I think we are pretty good. I don't think the enemy is going to be able... Yeah, look, as you can see, you survived all big waves of the golems. There will be no more of them. Fantastic. Very nice to see that. Alright, wait a minute. We're going to need some more of these guys, Yeah, let's just summon everything. Summon everything that I have available right here. And I can only hope that the enchanting units are actually going to choose good targets for enchantment, like for example using the rootlings as targets or something like that, maybe the thistles as well. I mean, even if they enchant the saplings, that's actually fine too, to be honest. I don't really have a problem with that. Alright, so it looks like the third tower is just about to go down, and that will increase the timer of the Granite Worldbreaker by, I believe, 3 minutes. I actually hope it's going to go down, because it doesn't seem like it is about to go down anytime soon, because it seems like they have now just spawned in a bunch of extra units, which is obviously not great. That is not going to be very good for me. No, that is not very good for me at all, and they are now destroying my sapling bushes. Okay, this might be problematic. Not entirely sure if we're going to be able to fight back against this insanely large wave, but I suppose once they reach my tower, they will probably start dying relatively fast. So we shouldn't have too many difficulties, but my tower is definitely going to use up all of its ammunition, I would assume. It's not going too badly, to be fair. I'm going to enchant this rootling as it goes in there, because it is obviously going to be much more difficult to kill. Let's get some of my own enchantment units up and running, and let's get some more of these guys, more spawners. And you know, if you max out your mana, as you can see right there, if you reach the cap, mana is automatically converted into essence. So, for example, if I had one of these off cooldown, which obviously you can see here, it actually takes a long time for these to come off cooldown, but let's say that I allow my mana to cap out immediately. You can see here I have 2,000. So generally I would be able to build many more spawners, but the cooldown obviously prevents me from doing that at the moment. So that's obviously something to bear in mind. But I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a really nice system, and the way that they've done that is very cool, really nice and synergistic with basically it's giving you that tactic, you know, it's giving you a tactical option. It's basically saying, hey, if you don't cast any units, then you have the ability to potentially pump out more spawners as and when you need them. Oh, hello there. What is that? That is a Granite Guardian, if ever I saw one. I had no idea that that's what it was called, but yes, I just clicked on it and there it is. Okay, this entity is very tall and counts as ground and flying units simultaneously. Okay, that's pretty crazy. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do against that thing, but I suppose I will just continue to spawn units and we'll see if we can maybe murder it. Oh dear. Okay, let's spawn another one of these things. I've almost filled up my entire spawn area. It seems like he goes back. Okay, it seems like he goes back after he destroyed this tower. Okay, that's good to know. So that means we can potentially eliminate all of these forces without having to completely lose all of our ground that we've gained over the time. But you can see here that we are no doubt going to be having some issues. Okay, let's spawn more of these, more of these, more... You know, I don't know whether the inspirational units, or shall we say the enchanting units, are actually worth it. Because to me, I feel like they... I don't know, I feel like they enchant units, but they're not really that useful otherwise. And I don't know whether their rate of enchantment is enough to justify their presence in your deck. Because I'm thinking to myself, well, I could have 2 rootlings on the field instead. You know what I mean? So having 2 rootlings is much better, in my opinion, than having 2 of these enchanting units. At least that's what I think. Maybe. Because rootlings, as you can no doubt see, they have 200 HP by default, and they have 12 damage attack, which is kind of, I mean, I would say that's kind of good. But maybe it's not that good. I don't know. Maybe it's not as good as I think. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it seems like the enemy is now pushing us back super harsh. So I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do here. But I suppose the best thing we can do, these crystal crescendos right here, they are absolutely murdering us, as you can see. Look at that. They have 42 damage attacks, which is kind of amazing. But thankfully my tower is now murdering a lot of them, which is exactly what we want to see, and then we're going to be able to push back pretty nicely against them. At least I hope so. And there we go, there's my last spawner filled up, and that is all she wrote basically. So now it is all a case of me spawning units and trying to eliminate the last of the enemy. But it seems like we have now reached a point where the Granite Worldbreaker is now awake. Defeat him fast or destroy his crystal towers to gain more time. Okay, well, we have done that. So where is the... Oh, that is the Granite... Oh, okay, yes. I think I'm dead. I think I am dead. I don't think I have done enough to be able to achieve victory here, unfortunately. I'm going to need to just basically spam units now, but I don't think I'm going to have enough time, to be honest. The Granite Worldbreaker is basically throwing rocks at my Nexus at 5% every 5 seconds or so. I don't think that's going to be enough time for me to do this, unfortunately. So it seems like that is indeed a victory for the AI, which is to be expected, I gotta say, considering I was trying out a new unit, but I was trying my best, and it seems like my best was not good enough, which is, well, I suppose also to be expected, to some degree. Okay, let's just spawn here, spawn this, there we go. And we are now going to be destroying this Granite Guardian. 13%, I think I might have actually had an opportunity to win this, but I needed maybe 1 more minute, and I don't think that that's enough. I mean, obviously that's not enough. That's not enough time. As you can see, there's the last rock. And boom, that is indeed another defeat, which is to be expected, I suppose. As I say, I think the enchanting unit, I think it's good. I think it is good, but I think you definitely need to go for something... need to go for something more combative, I suppose you could say. But this is actually very cool. Look at this. We got a wisp spawner. This is very nice. I like this. I think I might try to get that. And petrify is also really nice too. You can see here they regenerate 10 health each second, can overheal. Recently petrified targets are immune to this effect. Overheal exceeding... Okay, it saved his shield. Right, yeah. So that's actually pretty good too. But I like the wisp spawner. It is going to cost me 2,400 though, which is way too much for me at the moment. So I'm going to have to do something about that. But there we go. We're going to continue to claim rewards and everything. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different different quests to do and all that wonderful stuff. So yeah, that's Crystal Clash for you. If you'd like to check it out, you can play it for free right now through the link in the description on Steam. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.